All right, people. So there's been some interesting developments in the NBA. Yeah, the first week of the NBA is officially over, and we're at the beginning of a new week of the NBA. I'm saying 7 days passed. So as it stands today, you have the Thunder and the Lakers haven't won the game. They're 0-3, both teams. That being said, you also have to look at some of the scores. The Lakers lost to the Spurs in overtime, 143-142. Now that was an overtime game. But what if I told you the Pelicans had a regulation game where they finished with 149 points against the Kings? Where they had 129, the Kings, or something like that. What's going on with the score? Okay, first of all, I realized something. The pace has increased because of the shot clock. Remember, offensive player gets the rebound. Basically, it resets to 14 instead of 24 like it used to. But that's not all. Teams are shooting more threes. They're not whittling down the clock with possessions. This is some of the reasons why the Hawks had allowed so many points in the game. It's not because their defense was bad per se. It's just that you can't stop so many possessions. Like when these possessions, especially on the road, but when these possessions are, let's say, over 50 and a half, like you're gonna go back and forth. You're not gonna really be able to defend. Your transition defense has to be consistent and perfect for you to be able to defend that consistently. But the Celtics and the Raptors have kind of mastered that. And surprisingly, the best defensive team in the NBA currently is the Denver Nuggets, which is ridiculous. They held all three of their opponents under 100 points, including the Golden State Warriors. So, where it's looking now, defense is an afterthought. Draymond Green saying, they're not worried about defense anymore. Like the teams, they're worried all about being like the Golden State Warriors, is scoring a whole lot of points. And could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Offenses are more polished now. All teams can shoot threes. There isn't, a team that I know. Hey, what can I say? The league has gotten better in some ways and worse in some ways. So the fouls, free throws have increased, I believe, exponentially because of, the refs are just calling everything almost. But the pace has never slowed down, just that they can't guard anybody now. So I guess that's one of the side effects of this referee calling. But overall, season has been amazing. We've had some amazing games. The Utah Jazz was the Golden State Warriors. Last night the Spurs and the Lakers. And, my Hawks got a W against the Cavs. 111? So these are some high-scoring games, man. So where does it end? You're like, this is the first week of the season, but they're going to be this high for a while, Even though defenses, they'll get better. The average is probably going to stop maybe around 115 based off of the pace. So seeing this again, to win, you have to be able to score a whole lot of points. And Trae Young, my team, Taurean Prince, John Collins comes back, Kevin Huerter, Omari Spellman. I think they should all be in the starting lineup, to be honest. And Alex Len has really improved, but I'm saying those five, when John Collins comes back, they should all start together. Because I watched that game against the Cavaliers. Trae Young is being out there on the floor. He had 35 points, 11 assists. He's not just a rookie of the year. He's one of the best players on the planet. People might not understand that, but he's playing like MVP Steve Nash. You're like, this is only the first few games, but it's the mindset of a player. It's not going out there to get stats. Trae Young wants to win. He said at the beginning, he wants to get to the playoffs. He's used to carrying teams, so he carried the team. But most importantly, he's elevating guys' talents, and You can see that in the game. Kevin Huerter, Amari Spellman, 17 points for Amari, and Kevin nearly had a double-double. And this was like his first game hitting threes consistently. He hit 3 threes and 10 rebounds. So, yeah, him just being on the floor is helping those rookies out a lot with their confidence as well. You know, yeah. So, the way it's looking now, the league has gotten better. So, one thing I'll say, probably, let me see, I'll have a video on Wednesday about the Mavs and the Hawks. I'll be at the game live tomorrow. So, yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. It's a wild, wild NBA, man. But I do think the Thunder and the Lakers will bounce back. Crazy as it sounds. Huge altercation with the Rockets, Rajon Rondo and Brandon Ingram and Chris Paul spitting in people's faces, throwing punches. I mean, Brandon Ingram looked a fool. He looked a fool. Okay, on Saturday, he looked like a complete amateur. So, you know, Jimmy Butler, he's an early MVP candidate. You know, they wouldn't win without him. I mean, Kawhi is playing great. The Celtics are playing great. Raptors are playing great with Kawhi. You know, it's earlier on, so as you can tell, it just takes a lot of grit and determination to get through the season. I'm going to talk about a lot of my Hawks, but, you know, I understand other teams, like, you know, that are fighting still in the early portion of the season to get a win. You know, they have to compete like the Bulls, you know. But, you know, it's all about having stars as well. It's very important. So, I believe Trae Young is a star. Luka Doncic, so I'm giving him a shout-out. DeAndre Ayton, they're all great rookies. Those three right there. And Jaren Jackson Jr., I'll give him his honor, too, as the fourth best rookie. But, you know, you just have to have that will to win. That's all I can say. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Hopefully John Collins is back. We get Luka Doncic at the Mavs. It's going to be amazing on Wednesday. It's going to blow our minds, man. All right. Peace.